Welcome to the Overland Sea podcast. Today we're talking about the quarter-final home leg against Newcastle of the League Cup. Andrew, I know you love the League Cup, so give me your thoughts on how you're going into this game.
I just don't want anyone to get injured. I don't actually care about the result one bit. Not particularly interested. It might be our only way into Europe that gives it some edge, but also I just think games are coming thick and fast at the minute, and I highly doubt we're going to win it and be able to put in the performances that we need to put in to win it. So it almost just feels like too many games and too much risk of an injury.
Yeah, there are a lot of games coming up. I actually disagree. I actually think it's a very important game. I actually forgot about the Europe side of things and that you can get back into Europe that way. So that is a very good point. However, for me, I think this team doing well in a cup and hopefully winning a cup could only lift their spirits and show them what they can actually do and what they can actually achieve, and hopefully spur us on moving forward for the rest of the season. Paul Merson actually thinks that we're the club that needs to win this cup the most, and I probably have to agree with him. I mean, the injuries on both sides are quite significant. I mean, our injury list is the same as before the Sheffield game, apart from Nkunku has actually now been taken off the official injury list. So we've got Sanchez, Cucurella, James, Chalobah, Fofana, Chilwell, Chukwuemeka, Big Les, Lavia, and Madueke all unavailable. Newcastle have more. They've got Tonali, who's suspended. Pope, Murphy, Barnes, Willock, Anderson, Trippier is potentially going to play. He should be involved in some way. He might be on the bench. Isak, Shah, Manquillo, Joel Linton, and Target. I'm actually feeling pretty good about this. If I'm honest, Newcastle haven't been firing on all cylinders over the last couple of weeks. And I actually think that this game is achievable. I'm actually really looking forward to it.
Thanks, Marvis.
Makes one of us indeed. But I do agree.
I think our form has been patchy at best, and obviously I'm going to predict a win for Chelsea. But am I confident in a win? Not really.
I don't really care.
Um,
Injuries, which I do agree with. No, we don't need any more injuries, let's face it.
yeah. So what is your starting 11 that is going to get us this confident win that you're predicting?
Going straight into the starting 11s. I love it. Go with the goalkeeper. Started against Sheffield.
What's his name for the fans that are actually listening?
Oh, this is awkward. I've forgotten his name.
Jesus Christ.
I know.
To be fair, I don't remember if it's Petkovic or Petrovic.
Petrovic.
I think it's Petkovic, and I get it wrong every time.
I'm pretty sure it's Petrovic. Now that you said it, I'm like, yeah, it's Petrovic.
It is Petrovic
Yes. Or at least I got it right when
with a 50-50.
well, when you gave me the options, at least I got it right. So I'll take it. I think he's going to go with the same back line that he did against Sheffield, unless he decides to give Maatsen a run around.
But
But
what would you play?
I mean, to be fair, we both said that defensive line was actually really, really good, and I personally believe Maatsen is done. I think he's going to play when we really, really need him. So I'm going to go with the same back line that we had against Sheffield United, which is Colwell at left back. We know you love Colwell at left back, Andrew. We're going to go with
Definitely
Badiashile.
his best positioning. Yeah, it's great.
Thiago Silva, and we're going to go with Dizazi. Let's move it down. The midfield for me is now where the question comes in, because obviously we play things differently for the midfield. I thought it worked really, really well. Poch has hinted that Enzo will probably be available more for this game, but I'm gonna go with what we did against Sheffield. I thought that worked really well. No offense to Enzo. I do like him. And then I'm going to go with, as my forwards, well, actually, we're going to put Cole Palmer back in top of the midfield. I am going to go with Mudryk. And I am going to go with Sterling. But I am going to go with Nkunku up front. Risky. I don't think he will play, but I'd give him a run out in this game. Just give him the first half, see what he can do. Thoughts?
I
Do you want to go straight into your starting 11?
we can just change yours slightly, I think, because a
All
lot
right.
of them are the same. So I would go with Maatsen at left back. I'll go Gusto at right back because I believe he is back training and somewhat fit.
Well, to be fair, he did come on, didn't he? I completely forgot that he was available, even though I read out the injury list. I completely forgot that he was available.
Fair.
So actually, I'm going to switch that. I will put Gusto on. I do apologise. I'm going to put Gusto on.
No,
I
no,
will
you
stick
can't.
with Colwell at left back though.
No, you can't. You haven't done your research, and you've now got four centre backs on against quick wingers. Yeah, so Maatsen at left back.
That's what I was going to double check that you did want him at left back.
Yeah, and I want Gusto at right back.
Cool.
And then I'd bring Nkunku on late on and play Jackson.
Jackson.
Oh yeah, probably Jackson. Yeah. I don't see the point in risking Nkunku from the start for the Carabao Cup. I'd rather see him for half an hour. I can't imagine that he is fit enough for 45 minutes.
No,
For
I do completely agree. For me, it's more of I'd just like to see him start the game. I'm excited to see him play. Um, it's a big game, and you're right. He probably will come on. I said that in a previous episode where we don't ever really start an injured player. We always bring them on in the second half. But in an ideal world, now that he is back, I'd be going, well, I'd start him. But I think it will be Jackson. I don't see why he would now swap Jackson out after the performance against Sheffield United, because I did think he put in a lot more effort in that game.
fair point.
What problem areas do you see for this game? You've already mentioned the quick wingers.
I mean, quick wingers. I think they've got a fair bit of height, so set piece is gonna be a problem. Especially if Trippier's playing because he's so good at delivering them.
Oh, he's brilliant at the dead balls. Brilliant.
Um, but I mean, they fight for everything. We lost the midfield battle when we played them last, even when they had a couple of injuries, and so we've got to be at it to win this game. Newcastle aren't pushovers
No,
as much as they've struggled in recent weeks. They got a good result at the weekend, um, even with a depleted squad. So
I mean that 17-year-old that they've got. What's his name?
Miley,
Lewis Miley. I knew it was Lewis. I knew it began with an M. I want to say Manny, but I was like, that's wrong. I mean, he's done brilliantly since he's come in. And I think Anthony Gordon is having a great season as well for them. So they're the two that I'm worried about the most.
yeah, I'd be very upset with a full centre back four just purely off pace. I think we really struggled against it with the four centre backs. Against Sheffield United, that wasn't much of a problem because we had all the ball, but that's not going to be the luxury against Newcastle. Even if we win the midfield battle, we're not going to get all of the ball like we did against Sheffield United. They will have a fair chunk of it.
No, I agree. And to be fair, as much as this midfield worked against Sheffield United, and I did something similar with mine, but I had Enzo in rather than Caicedo. With my prediction, there's a part of me that feels that I'll be surprised if Poch does that again. I feel like he might mix it up again, but I wouldn't know what he does. I don't know whether he brings Enzo in for somebody, but I feel like Connor has to play. I feel like Palmer has to play. Um, and I do agree with you on the wing backs. I think Gusto has got to play, or Gusto. Do you really see Matson starting though? Like, I agree with why you put him in, but do you really see Poch
It's
start?
what I would do. I don't think that he will, just because he hasn't started anything at left back all season. So it'd be a surprise, but I would put him in there. If he puts Gusto in, then I think he'll probably put Colwell in at left back, but
Yeah.
I'd rather see Matson in that position.
No, I agree. We've both said that we like Cole, but he's not a left back. And I think you're right. I think we could be a bit suspect down that side if he's there. Um, so yeah, do you want to go into score predictions?
I'll let you go first.
Let me go first. Do you know what? I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with 2-2, and then we're just gonna go to extra time. Do we have extra time in League Cup? Or
I
should we go
don't
to
know. It might go
penalties?
straight to pens.
Might go straight to pens. All right, fuck that then. If it's extra time, I was gonna go, yeah, we'll get it in extra time. 3-2, Chelsea.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Chelsea.
Yeah, I said 2-1 last time, you see, and I
No,
just,
I'm going to
I
2-1
just
this
felt
time.
like with Newcastle, they've got more than one goal in them. They really do, and I feel like this is a game where we really need to outscore the team. Um, I think it is doable. We've done well in the League Cup, but it is a tough game.
Who are your goal scorers?
Oh, I'm gonna go with Cole Palmer because he got an assist and he got a goal, so he's definitely gonna be involved in a goal. I like to see him get one. I'd like to see Mudryk get one, and part of me wants to say Connor, but I'm gonna go with Nkunku off the bench again. Although I did put him in my starting lineup, he won't start.
Hmm.
That's what I would do, but I think I'd like to see him getting a goal in that game coming off the bench. Massive, be massive. What about you?
I think I'm going to go with a Sterling brace.
Sterling
It's
brace.
overdue one, I think.
Do you know what? I'd love to see what the odds are on that.
I'm not going to bet on it because it's never coming in. But if I bet against it, it might all 5,000 to 1 odds of him not getting a brace. Well, I don't even know how you say that. 5,000 to 1 of him
Not getting a brace.
not getting a brace. No, it'd be like 1 to 1, wouldn't it? No, it'd be less than that. It'll be odds on. It'll be 5,000 to 1 odds on, or 1 to 5,000.
Are you saying that you
I
put
bet.
£5,000 down and then you only get £1 back?
Yeah.
Yes, it'll be 5,000 to 1.
Okay. So,
Yeah. Because the first number is always what you're putting down, and then the second one is what you're getting back. That's just how I remember it.
in betting,
Yeah. In betting terms, yeah, yeah.
yeah, my maths brain can work that one out.
Anything else that you want to discuss regarding this fixture in terms of key areas of the pitch? Any other areas that you're worried about?
No, I think short and sweet. Let's hope we get a result. It's only the Carabao Cup though, so it is what it is.
Here's one for you, because you mentioned it, and after I asked that question, it came to me. You said we got overrun in the midfield last time. We both got the same midfield down, predicted. which is the one that played against Sheffield. Is that a midfield that won't get overrun? And what do you think we need to do to stop that happening again?
Um,
Because I
I
agree,
don't.
it's a key area for us.
I see it being overrun on the basis that I don't think Cole Palmer will do a lot defensively in that midfield. He's a presser, and a sort of a channel blocker. I don't think he puts a lot of fight in, and I don't think it's really his natural position to actually be in that midfield. He wants to be tucked up by the striker. Um, in an ideal world, I'd probably have Lavia in that midfield, but he's not fit. So I think with the team that we've got at the minute, the creativity of Palmer outweighs what Enzo's been giving us for a while. And the speed of Mudryk means that I'd rather have him playing and trying to give Trippier a hard time if he's playing. He's just come back from injury, or one of the less experienced wing backs that they've got, give them a tough time. I think that's more beneficial than having Cole Palmer out wide and Enzo midfield. So that's why I've gone with what I've gone with. But I do think the midfield could be overrun, and it's going to be an interesting battle.
This could be a game though where we go back to the whole proper counter-attacking. They've got most of the ball scenario, which is what we've said we technically do better at.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if we do that at home, but it might naturally take that form if they win the midfield battle anyway. In which case, I want to see some improvements on the counter attack from the front three, and just ability to find each other and make the right decision. Because I feel like the decision making and the ability to execute the decision once it's been made hasn't quite been there on the counter attack.
No, it hasn't. I mean, for me as well, regardless whether it's a counter attack or not, Jackson needs to be on side a hell of a lot more. He's offside too many times against Sheffield. But I agree with the final third. We've been saying it pretty much every week for the past month and a half, bar 2 games. So it will be interesting. I am looking forward to it. Yeah, I really hope we get this game. I hope we get in the bag and go straight into the semi-finals.
Nice. Looks like a good place to end for me.
Huh?
Looks like a good place to end for me.
Fair. I know you love the League Cup. Right. Thank you all for watching the pre-game analysis for the quarter-final League Cup home game against Newcastle. Stay tuned for the post-game analysis later in the week. Up the Chelsea. Like, share, subscribe, comment, follow, notification button. And thank you all for watching.